Hey everybody, it's Tim here. Today I'm going to be installing some underglow neon lights on our golf cart. We got jealous when we saw all these cool people riding with their golf carts in parade a few weeks ago, and we decided we wanted to do it too. So I went on eBay and I found a real cheap set of lights, about $25, something like that. And I'll show you what comes with it. Definitely Chinese, based on all the broken English that's on there. Hopefully the instructions are easy to read, but this should be really simple to set up. Yep, positive, negative. No big deal. Plug these things in. I have to go to my voltage reducer on my golf cart because I have a 48 volt system and this is 12 volts. All right. Like a little receiver for the radio. All the lights are already plugged in. That's cool. They've got pretty long wires. This should be definitely enough to go under this thing. Okay. A couple of lights are about 1 foot long. Some are about 8 or 9 inches, and then some are about 4 or 5 inches. And then a little remote. Okay, pretty straightforward. Looks like I've got red, black, and white wires here. Red and black are go positive, negative, obviously. And then it shows that the white one can go to a brake light. I'm not going to do that. I don't think I need to. And I think that all I'm going to need for this, since it has the tape and everything on there, and it came with some zip ties too, is I'm just going to do these splice connectors for the wire. I don't feel like cutting wires and doing like butt connectors and doing all that stuff. I'll just do it the easy way. Do that, and I'll tape it up. So yeah, should be a pretty easy project. So let me grab the seat. I'm going to take the seat off real quick. Lift it up. Slide off. There we go. There you can see my lithium conversion. Right down here is my voltage reducer. That is 12 volts. My battery here is 48 volts. I'm going to go ahead and turn the battery off. This is a 48 volt system, lithium ion, and my reducer powers all my accessories like the headlights, voltmeter, things like that, horn, stuff like that. So I am going to wire these new lights to the positive and negative coming out of the voltage reducer. Yellow is the positive, and then there's a black that's going to be the negative. So pretty easy. I'm just going to match that up to the red and the black wires coming from my new light kit. So let's get started. Okay, what I'm going to do now is climb underneath my golf cart, and I'm just going to find a place to run these wires. They're going to go to the battery. I guess I could drop it from the top, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, I got a loose wire right here. It looks like I need to tighten up the zip tie. A little bug joining me. Hey, buddy. So yeah, I'm just gonna bring that wire. I might just go right through here. Looks like I already have those wires going through here, so it shouldn't be too hard to get that through. Oh, wind just knocked something down in my shop. But yeah, I'm just gonna run that through real quick, and then we will look and see where all these wires are gonna hook up. The wires are run up through the bottom to the top. And so now I'm just gonna find a good place to mount all these light strips. Got these long ones. I think that I'm gonna go down the side frame rails for these, and they have the 3M adhesive tape. So I'm just gonna probably stick it right on here. I'll clean that up. I also have these right here running the length of the cart. And then if you see back there, got some going that way. So I have 6 lights here, and so I'm just gonna try and find a spot to attach all of them. And like I said, they come with 3M adhesive tape. So I'm just gonna clean it up and then stick it right on there. You like how clean this is? We're in Texas, things don't rust. Well, I figured out where I'm gonna do all the wires, but I'm sorry, the lights. What I'm gonna do now is actually hook up the wires, because I want to check and make sure everything's working before I go through all the trouble of installing this stuff, because once you get the 3M adhesive tape on there, it's gonna be kind of a booger to take off. So I'm gonna get the red and black wires, hook them up to the positive and negative from the reducer, and then we will turn this thing on, see what happens. Now for the moment of truth. I'm gonna turn my battery back on, and then we're gonna test and see if I can get these lights to turn on. I wired them to the voltage reducer. So let's see. I'm using a little remote. I don't know how exactly I turn this on. As I said, the directions are in like Chinese. Hold on, is this it looked like some sort of button right there. It looks like it slides. Let me check this out real quick. We are in business. Turned out that one of the connectors, the insulation, just didn't get penetrated from the little splicer. So the lights work, but let's try the little remote thing. I have that in my pocket. Where did I put it? There it is. Let's see what happens when I push the buttons. There we go. Change the color. Let's try the other button. There we go. Strobe. Solid. Sweet. So yeah, I'll go through this and kind of play around with all the different settings. Awesome. So yeah, let's find a spot to put these underneath. Well, I already did. Let's get them installed, and hopefully we can get a good look at how it looks from out here. Well, the install is done, and I'd like to say that didn't have any issues, but that's not the truth. Many of these lights with the 3M adhesive just simply didn't stick, and that was to like clean aluminum that was dry and everything. So had to zip tie some of them. This one I couldn't find a spot to attach to a frame, so I just zip tied it up here by the frame. And some of them did stick, like this one, that one. Got another one over there that did all right, but then 3 other ones just didn't stick. So not too happy about that, but what can you do? So I'm gonna test out the lights here, and we're gonna see what it looks like underneath the car. But keep in mind, this is daytime. Well, here is what we have. Got the lights here, then I have one of them on the back facing the rear of the car, so you can see it while I'm driving. I think this is gonna be pretty cool at nighttime. You know, it's obviously daytime, so it's pretty bright, but these are actually still really bright, so I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like tonight. I'll get a video of that and I'll upload it here. All right, it is nighttime, so I'm out in my shop. I'm gonna see if I can get my lights to turn on here. I'm gonna turn on the cart real quick. Put my key in the ignition if I can reach it. Sorry, I'm being all awkward. All right, got that, battery's on. Let's see if we can get them going. I'm gonna unplug the charger real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, lights are on. You can see them. I'm gonna turn off my shop light real quick. It's pretty bright in here. Let's turn off all these lights. Whoa, there we go. That's pretty cool. Let's go over to the side and see if we can see any of them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So when this thing's coming down the street, it's gonna look good. I have the headlights and everything on, but definitely gives it a nice glow. Let's do some other colors. Maybe make it blink a little bit. Whoa, that's cool. I like that. You can cycle through all the colors. That's pretty sweet. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I think my kids are gonna like this when we go driving around, especially when we do all of our parades and things that we enter in our town. You guys have a good one. I will talk to you guys later.